And we're live.
Hey, Bob!
Welcome to another exciting edition of, what is this? Ouya Dev Support Office Hours. I was going to say Ouya Presents.
As far as I know. Yeah, hi, and welcome to Ouya
Hi.
Office Hours.
It's August the 11th of August, and this is the August 11th edition of Ouya Dev Support Office Hours.
At 11.
That's Alex.
Hello.
I'm Bob.
I'm going to close the door.
Okay. Joining us, as almost always, the illustrious Mr. Tim Groutman, somewhere in Seattle area, but not really, outside of Seattle.
Yep.
PM for address. Someone in a bunker, someone in the Culver City area, Mr. Jared Yeager.
Hello, everyone.
And I want to start calling him Old Faithful, which is a reference that he may not understand because it's an American-specific tourist attraction, but it's a fountain that goes off at the same time every time, so it's called Old Faithful.
It's not a
Used
fountain.
to.
though.
It's not a fountain. It doesn't go. It's a hole.
geyser.
It's a geyser.
Come on. It's not a fountain.
Mr. Cohen hacking. Hey.
Hi. What are you talking about, actually? Because I have no idea what it means.
Do you know about Old Faithful?
No.
Yellowstone National Park.
Yeah, Google it.
Okay.
Although
Geyser.
its timing is slowly changing from what I've heard.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So old,
It's not really
adjustable.
faithful. Yeah, now that we have, like, whatever, what's it called when your clock auto updates? Atomic time or whatever?
Uh-huh.
It's not as faithful.
Oh, man.
Well, I
should
think
set
they had
our
an
clocks,
earthquake
too.
which changed the timing.
Hmm?
They had an earthquake which changed the timing or something.
There we go.
Science. So let's do this, what we usually do, which is start the hangout with a tip from the developer development submission frontline.
Today really is your day.
Yeah, I'm so behind today. So you guys, I was driving to work, and all of a sudden I was on the wrong freeway, and I kept going like I was on the.
You drove to the ocean instead
You were-
of the
I was
bay.
like, what's happening? I was like 40 minutes late, and I don't know. And then I walked. It's just been a weird day for me.
It was scenic, though. That was nice.
It was nice. In a segment that we like to call Derp with Doherty.
Yeah. Well, I don't really have any big derps that have come up in the past week. But just tip in general.
Okay.
When you're doing your screenshots, a lot of the times, if you can't get a good enough screenshot where it's like, oh, I can easily tell what's happening,
Yeah.
a lot of times it helps to add text to your screenshot, just to explain, like, this is the feature being featured in this shot. Which in general also goes back to the fact that you should take as many screenshots as you need to get something that represents how cool your game is, because if you just have dull screenshots, people are not going to be interested, and that's like a huge hurdle in terms of like downloading something, because they're going to have to spend time waiting for the download, installing it, and trying it out. And so if they look at your screenshots and it doesn't catch their eye, they're just not going to. I mean, some people will download it, but the majority of people will bypass it in favor of the next cool thing that they run across.
You and Jared and myself worked on that one document that's somewhere
Yeah.
on devs.uya.tv. I don't remember what it's called.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's a best practices doc. To plus what Alex said, he's right on the money. Yeah, I mean that's a lot of people maybe don't read your descriptions. They're gonna look at your cool visuals, which is why with your screenshots, there's a few games I'll give a shout out to: Bomb Squad, I think Neon Shadow, Meltdown, and a few others. If you add little captions in your screenshots, not covering up your screenshots, but kind of telling the story of your screenshots about what your features are, what the gameplay is about. That can go a long way to kind of just doing the whole job for you, or even if you've got some cool reviews, adding some of those accolades into the screenshots themselves. Hero of Many has done a good job with that, and a few other games as well. So definitely check those out as good examples, and yeah, use all of those screenshots available to post, and also your Vimeo trailers.
There is some like pack specific deadline type news. So I want to rearrange what we usually do and pass to Jared first. Sorry, Tim. I don't know. For a segment that did we end up calling it anything? Is it just the
Just the facts.
with Jared.
Just the tips.
just the facts on PAX.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah. Jared, what Ouya specific news might you have?
All right. So for PAX, yeah, the deadline has come and gone to submit for being shown at the booth at PAX. So it ended just as of yesterday. On the 10th.
I thought it was today they had still.
Had to be ready by today.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
So if you're seeing this and didn't submit, PAX will be back next year because they got tons of money. In fact, there's like 7 different PAXs all over the world, so it's ridiculous. So we'll be checking out all those games and keeping you posted about being at the show. And again, Bob, Alex, and Matt in the corner will all be there. And Tim. We'll all be at PAX, so please make sure you check them out. I don't know the booth number. I think you guys do. It's like 600 something, maybe?
Yeah, we're on the 6th floor.
Yeah. So definitely come by, check them out. We've already got some people who want to show off some of their new games and wares for us to potentially bring to the platform. So definitely swing on by. We'll have some cool multiplayer games going on, and anything that's kind of new or updated. Should be a fun show. And I think Bob and Alex are going to be hobnobbing at various parties with bow ties and
Oh, we need our top hats. Don't forget.
Yes, and monocles.
Yeah. Walking.
Yes. So that's going to be good times. And then also, I believe as of yesterday was the last day that you could register a game for free. The games now, because I know some people had some issues with Kickstarter. We've made it so your Kickstarter didn't have to be live by yesterday, but you've had to have at least submitted your game for Kickstarter to approve and registered with us. So you can't register with us now, but so you may see a couple of Kickstarters go live in the next day or so, but as far as registration, that's over. And some really cool news on that front. We have now 19 games funded. Over the weekend, we had 2 get funded, including Bolt Riley, Fire with Fire, and Zarnok finished their Kickstarter campaign. So we're up to 19 funded games, and I think 15 to 16 other projects still live, looking for funding, and a lot of them doing pretty well. I could run through all of them now. That may take a while, but we may want to wait till all of them are actually live, and then we can do a full review next week. But a few we'll give some shout-outs to right now. Bears Can't Drift, cool kart racer game, multiplayer, fun action. They actually just updated their demo, which is now live on Ouya, so you should play it and then donate. So that's going to be towards the front of the alpha beta section today, and then it'll be featured starting tomorrow for other featured games of the week. So definitely enjoy that one. On the kart racer front, 2 Super World Karts with cameos from all your favorites. Just posted that up again on Facebook. That's doing pretty well. You got everyone from Duck Game, Fist of Awesome, So Many Me, Toad Temple, and more. I think even Amazing Frog in that, so definitely check that one out. They've relaunched that campaign, and it looks like it's doing well. Elysian Shadows has already cracked $90,000 already, and yeah, if they hit their 150 goal, they will be the highest gaining Kickstarter, I think, on Ouya to date, honestly.
Wow.
Yeah, Sun Also Rises was actually named a staff pick by Kickstarter, and that is off to a good start as well. What the heck? While I'm at it, I'll just go through the rest, give everyone some love, because that's what I do, and I am long-winded. And I'm very well aware of that. So we got Thump by Robert Markham. That is still live. We got Verigus Shmup, like shoot 'em up. That is by Stephen Brown. And we have the Adventures of Sancho and Rusimus, the video game, by Track 36 Studios. Captain Bra 2, A Space Travesty, by Acacia Games. They also have the original Captain Bra. On Ouya. It's featured right now, so you can check out the first one and see if you want to donate for a second. Super cool, fun. A Right from the Stars, a post-classic graphic adventure by Ryzen Goat. Not to be confused with Goat Simulator or the Goat from Toad Temple Deluxe. That's a cool point-and-click adventure game out of Madrid, Spain. They have a really cool video for that campaign. Caretaker, third-person indie adventure video game from Ghost Machine Games, also looks super cool. That one recently kicked off. And then we got Duke Grabowski, mighty swashbuckler, point and click fun.
They said you were going to read this in your car salesman voice.
Oh, that's right. I did not do that. I'm kind of like all over the place with this. It's because I had a ridiculous caffeinated drink, and now I'm like coming down and getting like last minute jitters of it still kind of kicking around in me. So yeah, that's off to a really good start by Venture Moon Industries. The Sun Also Rises, a different kind of war game by Horse Volume. That's up to 31% with 26 days to go. And I already mentioned Bears Can't Drift by Aaron Langmead. I hope I'm saying that right, though. Out of the UK, Southampton. Super World Carts. And we have Metal Mouth, a 2D underwater feeding frenzy arcade game by Cyber Labs. Their description includes eat all the things. That looks like fun. And then Tetropolis by Next Gen Pants. And everyone needs some Next Gen Pants in their life. They have this kind of cool, it's like a Tetris meets Metroid, as they've described, like Tetroidvania. Yeah, it looks pretty sweet. So you're basically Tetraminos trying to travel around these environments and recombining to use physics puzzles to move all around. Then we have Rose, Time Apart. You can actually play the original prototype or early version of Rose on Ouya right now. They're trying to add a lot of cool polish to it and kind of make it a full-fledged game. That's actually out of Tel Aviv, Israel.
Is that the game where you start in the prison, or is that a different game?
No, that's Reagan Gorbachev.
No, the other one. Right?
Yeah, I'm kidding. No, it's the one where you're the kids. You're like outside, like potentially like it's a haunted house.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was around. I think it was like around a Ouya launch title.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. So they're doing a Kickstarter for that. So they just kicked that off. And then Kalina, Hands in the Kitchen, visual novel and restaurant sim by Christopher Doran. That actually, there is a Kalina kitchen game right now that might be like a demo version of it. That's on Ouya that you can check out and play. Those are at least all the ones that are on the site right now. There may have been a couple that just went live that have not been updated, the Free the Game site. But we will review them all next week, and I will promise to do all of them in car salesman voice. And it'll probably drive everyone watching this away. Yeah, that's all the Kickstarter stuff. I guess I could speak to, Bob, you may end up jumping into more of the OTA.
Oh, really quick. We have those all on the website, though, right?
Yes, at freethegamesfund.com. You can check them all out right there.
Yeah.
We'll be posting more about them on social this week. Any of the games that have demos, we'll be making sure that they are visible for you to check out. Super cool stuff. And then we're going to be having a cool dev blog from Juicy Bee Studio going up later tomorrow, and a playlist. They're talking about making Toto Temple Deluxe, Nightmare Tower, their beginnings up in Montreal. A really good read. In the meantime, you can check out the Extend Interactive blog and playlist while that is still up. Just a quick note I'll mention from the OTA on kind of like the marketing and kind of doing some cool things with your games before maybe Bob or Alex or Tim jumps into the OTA bit, is this kind of cross-promotion product or shared product information between multiple games. And Bob, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe what the OTA now allows you to do is if you've got more than one game on Ouya, Game B can recognize purchases you've made in Game A. So let's say I bought Nightmare Tower, Toto Temple Deluxe might recognize that, and then that might unlock a Nightmare Tower themed temple in that game. So there's a lot of cool things that devs could do with that kind of information. So if you've bought something in, for example, like Fist Puncher, you bought Fist Puncher when Reagan Gorbachev comes out. Maybe it unlocks Officers at O'Malley or Grady. Yeah, I think it's Officer O'Grady. Like maybe he shows up in the game, or Ivan Drago, or Bill Cosby. Who knows? You get one of those awesome 80 icons. This is not actually a feature. I'm just making that up. But,
oh man,
but that would be pretty great. You got Cosby sweater. So that's also some kind of cool things you do. It encourages doing multiple titles and kind of reinforcing players to kind of check out content in one game to potentially unlock something in the other. So we're looking forward to how developers make creative use out of that. So really excited about that. If you have any questions or ideas of what you want to do for some of your games for that, please let us know, and we will help you out as best we can. As far as some cool sales and things going on, Shadowlight's Power of the Dark from Cohen is currently featured 25% off, I believe, for the next day. And it's updated that beta, so he's up at the front of the alpha betas right now, which is super cool. AVP is still on sale till the 13th. So is Super Puzzle Guy. Starting tomorrow, we'll have Eben Tuda is going to be on sale. Actually, it's already on sale, but it'll be featured on sale. I believe Chess 2 and Galaxoid will also both be going on sale this week. Again, please contact me if you ever want to set up any sales on the platform. Happy to take care of that for you. Yeah, I think that's everything I can think of at the moment until I remember it last minute right before the food game. So with that, I'll hand it back to our regularly scheduled programming.
I do know that GDC 2015 call for submissions is now open through August 28th.
Yes, and so is IGF. I think I sent you an email about that, but I believe IGF 2015 is also open.
Okay, cool. That's the only other dev news that I... Wait, is there anything else?
Oh yeah, Burn Zombie Burns out today. Woohoo! Oh. Our friends at TikTok, yeah, they just released. You can check that out. Should be at the front of new releases, and it will be featured this week.
Sweet. Cool. That's a good news breakdown.
Yeah.
And on that note, I think it's time that we grok with Growlmouth.
Okay, yeah. So we talked about PAX a little bit, and then also Unite is coming up. So that's around August 20th, and we have PAX. So there's a lot of things to do coming up. For my segment, I kind of prepared a couple different training videos. So I put together a, because it was requested a lot about how you use Ouya Everywhere input in Unity. So I recorded a 30-minute video, and I'll link to that in the show notes. And I walked through setting up a virtual controller in Unity and hooking up the input and stuff. So I'll link to that. And I played around with exporting from Fuse into Face Plus, so you can use your web camera to talk, and your character uses the blend shapes and then talks with you. So there's another video about that. And yeah, and then we talked about maybe going through some. There's quite a few Q&A piling up here, so we can go through that.
Yeah.
And I'll just link to these other videos in the show notes.
Awesome. Okay, so here's one directed right at you, Tim. Tim, do you know how to open up the keyboard on the Ouya as a function which returns the input after the player is finished, because Unity's touch keyboard doesn't work properly? It returns what was originally there.
Interesting. Okay. Well, in Unity, all the standard Android API keyboard stuff is there. So if you're not happy with Unity's built-in keyboard for the touch stuff, you can create your own. And in the past, I've made my own keyboard as well. But yes, we definitely need a soft keyboard example that I'll add to the to-do list. So the short answer is you can use the Android API to make your own soft keyboard.
Fair enough. Josh also asked if Rose was taken down and put back up. I don't think so.
They might have had a bug at one point, but it wasn't taken down for any particular reason.
Yeah. Unity question. Is anyone on the call good at Unity stuff?
That's not what it says.
Unity question. I have an exit game button. Oh, exit game button, which quits the game using application.quit and then 2 parentheses. But that way I end up directly in the game info page and not the rating page. Can I exit into the rating page somehow? Sweet Johnny Deutsch.
Okay, so I don't think we've exposed that, but basically in Android you launch an activity, and we have activities for like the setting pages and the details pages, and we just need an activity that you launch that takes you into the ratings page if you wanted to do something like that. I think the first time you exit an app, the rating page comes up. Is that how it works? You're muted, Bob.
Yes. Yes. I think so. I think you're right.
Okay. So yeah, we just need more documentation about the different activities you can launch to go to various pages.
Okay. There's there's a question in Arabic, and I Googled it, and then I hit translate, and I can see that it says, "Why are you migrating safinas now?" or safinas. So I don't know what that means.
Are we migrating anything?
No.
Not changing any databases. Not moving.
Maybe I'll follow up, and I can try to translate that one. Josh Lindsay says, "You can't, Johnny. You can't." And then will Stencil ever export directly to Ouya? From Silverstone.
Is Stencil another game engine?
I would guess that, yeah.
All right. I guess we add it to the list.
We have a burgeoning to-do list, my friend.
Stencil.
Johnny says only works for double-clicking the menu button. In the spirit of this Q&A, so with the new OTA, we started the Developing Developers initiative, and one of the first things we did was put out a video with Alex and myself, and it's just how to like get Unity up and running, mess with an existing game build, and then test it out on your
profile. Yeah.
There's some questions that came, and I was going to ask them, and then respond to these guys in the comment section that you can watch them on the DevSport office hours. So are you ready for that, Mr. Grotman?
Yeah. So I pulled up your page. This awesome video, I watched it. It's super cool.
Yeah, this works. So let's just go. We'll go from yours. Maybe not. I'll read it here. If you're taking video requests, how about a walkthrough video tutorial showing Ouya Everywhere inputs and how they work on Unity?
That's what I did yesterday. So
nice. I will tell Ildev that she did.
Yeah, I'll put it on the support page in our documentation, and then we'll link right to it there.
Sweet.
So like every time we do these Hangout videos, I put it on that page, and then I link a couple related videos or any gameplay we showed. So it'll go on that page.
Okay. All right. Well, my colleague and I continue to run into an error where even though the Ouya shows up as a device and I can access its downloaded content from my PC, when I try to build and run the project in Unity, it comes back with no device found. I've gone even as far as to install the Ouya plugin for Unity in previous projects, as well as use the ADB over network option. This resulted in the device being found, with the Ouya just beeping once and closing the program. Dying to dev for Ouya, please help.
Ooh. All right, so that's kind of two parts. So you have to have the device connected over ADB so that you can push to it. And when you did the network over ADB, it was probably connected. When you're using micro USB, you probably were missing those little tweaks that we've got them step by step in the setup docs, where it's like you add 0x2836 to your ADB USB INI file and do some other driver settings so that it appears. And I think you guys even did it in that video, in your video, where you set up ADB. So that's the first part of it. You just have to have ADB connected. Network ADB is usually the easiest. The other part where it launches and then immediately exits, it's really good if you use ADB to watch the logcat. I generally have that window open all the time. So that's one of the commands that you can run in the terminal. It's ADB space logcat. And that will show any errors that are happening. Anytime you do like a Unity debug log, they show there. And I'm thinking if you're launching and it immediately exits, it's probably your activity wasn't found, and I'll help you with that. So just PM me, Skype me, Twitter me, and I'll walk you through that process. I'll just double check your setup. There's something crazy going on.
There's also a couple things too that if you don't quite put the new lines in properly, I think it's pickier on Windows than it is on Mac or Linux, that if you do follow the ADB settings step by step in video, if you accidentally put something weird someplace, the ADB service doesn't read that config file properly, and sometimes it won't actually recognize your Ouya. So.
Right. I had that problem too before.
You what?
I had that problem too. So you don't want any extra spaces after the last entry in your INI file. And then the other thing was I copied and pasted right from the website and pasted into the notepad or whatever, and it was 0x2836, but the X was like double encoded in a weird way, so it wasn't picking it up. So I'd actually just type the number.
Yeah. So just because you think you've gone through the steps, like double check it again and make sure that you got it right, because that can be picky sometimes.
That was Matt Bishop, you guys. We just had a Matt Bishop sighting.
Yeah.
Those are rare, like a shiny Pokemon. So Johnny Deutsch, Mr. Grotman, is asking where those videos are linked again. The one where that DEV asked about.
Okay. Well, if we go to devs.ouya.tv.
For your video that the guy asked about.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it right in. So from devs.ouya.tv, you can go to docs, and then support here at the top, and this links to all the videos we've been doing here in the Hangouts, and there'll be an entry for today, and I'll include the 2 videos that I just added, including this video, and any links to important parts in the video.
Okay. The newest Unity videos from the Tim. Yeah, so Johnny, those are coming soon, right?
Yep, right after. It typically takes this video an hour to finish processing before the picture shows up, and then I post it. So.
And he's asking about the walkthrough on how to wait. Which one is it? Video tutorial showing the Ouya Everywhere inputs work with Unity.
Yep, that video's totally coming right after this.
Same spot. Same spot.
Yep.
Another person asked that I accidentally skipped a walkthrough on how to test if the Ouya can handle your game. And you and I were kind of talking about this like an optimization video or something.
Yeah, I mean, that's also something I did while I was doing the tutorial. Like, I ran it, tested it, like iteratively, like making stuff. That's kind of the general process. But yeah, I do plan on making like a performance optimization series type thing.
Best practice.
But I need to put together some content and prepare for it. It's kind of a broad subject, and there's a lot of ways to optimize. And I've been working on some tools to kind of help the process. So I'll definitely put that into a future video, and we'll talk more about optimization, other than just blurting out like fill rate.
So Steven has looks like he has a Mac specific question, because we did it on a PC in our video. He says he downloaded the SDK and Java stuff. He can't get his Mac to recognize his Ouya through micro USB. Can someone help him?
Yeah, Mac is one of the easier ones to set up because you just add that little INI stuff and then it works. Like, you don't have to worry about the Google USB driver thing. So again, just ping me and I'll go over your setup and we'll figure it out. Or you can just do the network ADB thing, which is easier. So.
Last question is if you scroll down, Tim. Oh, this one's kind of neat. So I modified the map for the game file, made it bigger, and while this seems to work, the camera doesn't follow the hero outside the original world border. Do you have any solutions for this? So I think that's like the next step, is they're wanting it to like progress outside of the existing stage or whatever.
Yeah.
That's kind of a big thing, eh?
Yeah.
So that's part of the demo you guys did. It depends on how the camera is being restricted. If there could be a script that's restricting it to like a boundary, or
maybe we'll look into that.
Yeah.
And we could turn it into a platformer. Boom.
I can't tell if Jared's frozen or asleep. Look at his picture.
He's just being very still.
Maybe he's meditating and he cannot be disturbed. Wow. And you can only hope to gain that level of enlightenment.
I can't even hope. I have to pray.
He meditates with headphones on. It's just to test his fortitude. Tim, another Unity question.
Can you roughly outline how to obtain the GamerU UID in the new ODK/Unity? Can you?
Sure. That's part of the gamer info stuff. I suppose I might have it open. He's back.
Jared's back.
Okay, so part of the show products example thing, I have a fetch gamer thing.
Oh, looks like Josh beat you to it, man.
There we go. Ouya SDK.fetchGamerInfo.
Yeah.
And if you subscribe to a listener, then you get the gamer info.
Dude, Tim, Josh beat you. He already responded.
Excellent, Josh. All right. Well, anyways, it's right there. So there's a Ouya fetch gamer info on success, and if it's successful, you get the user ID and the gamer username. And then you can put that in your leaderboards or show it on screen or whatever you want to do with it. Yeah, and there's 3 functions. What he means is when you call that function, it can either succeed, it can fail, and it could fail because maybe your network comes unplugged or there's some sort of internet outage or something. Or it could just be outright canceled. Like if the user went to fetch the info and they aggressively tried to exit or something and it got canceled. So those are the 3 potential things that can happen.
This one looks like maybe it's a good one for Alex. Is it possible to upload a new APK without rejecting one that's currently approved but not published? That's a brain teaser.
Not for the same game. So you submitted for review and we approved it, and you haven't hit publish, but you want to replace it.
Oh, it's Ashley that did Neon Caves, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if you just want to replace it because you fixed a bug or made a change of some sort, you could just unsubmit and then add a new APK.
Use pull.
The without rejecting one that's currently approved is the part I'm not quite understanding. Because if you want to,
it got approved, but they want to
fix it.
They've done work since it's been approved.
Yeah.
And they don't want to publish it as it is now.
Potentially, but then you would want to reject the one that's currently approved in order to
they just reject it from their side. Can that happen?
I think you can cancel. You can just cancel.
Okay.
The thing or hit edit and then go in and choose a new APK and then it'll flip around.
And if all else fails, this guy.
Yeah, I can do something.
So many
figure it out.
things.
Yeah. Or we'll just go ask a server guy to reject it. But yeah, email me, just alex@ouya.tv with the info and what you actually want to accomplish.
Neon Caves.
Yeah.
Josh and Johnny thanking each other. We answered all the questions that I had queued up for Mr. Grauman. What are you doing there, Tim?
This is kind of in my virtual controller example. I set up these virtual controllers, and I forgot to put the menu button in here. So I'm adding that sprite in here before I check it in. And my mouse is the battery is going weird or whatever, so it clicks a lot and it's moving things badly. Stop it.
Ashley says the release date is set to Thursday, but I don't want to reject it in case it doesn't get approved in time. So he's up against his own release date.
Oh, I see.
So he basically wants
to put up a new build in case. Okay.
But not go through review process.
I gotcha.
That's kind of.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a little harder. We can potentially.
In theory, not that Ashley's a bad guy,
yeah,
but a bad person could put something crazy on there. Right.
Well, no,
that's why the rules are in place.
Well, that is why the rules are in place, and we have a feature where you can use an existing APK. like if you want to change screenshots or text or your video or something like that. But in this situation, basically it's like kind of you're putting the currently approved build on reserve in case the newer one doesn't make it.
Should you just submit with notes or something?
Yeah, what you could do, well, yeah, either way it's going to have to go through the approval process again. What you could do, actually, it's going to be sort of a hassle, but we can do it just for fun. If you want to improve or update or whatever, upload. I can't even talk today. I don't know what's wrong. I haven't even eaten yet, except for these goldfish, which is not part of my. It's my food competition for next week. These goldfish. But if you put a new game up that's like Neon Caves -update as the title of the game, we can test it and approve it, and then if it does pass, we can change the title for you on the back end, which is just Neon Caves, assuming you use the same signing key and everything. And then, yeah, there's not an easy way to do it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, hopefully that helps.
Yeah.
Ash. Yeah, Josh. So it's not really an express test. It was just that the developer is up against a timeline that they want to release by, and so they've already submitted a build, but then they've been working on another one that for all intents and purposes, seems better, but just in case it's not better, I think they can bypass a lot of it.
Well, yeah, it's just the timing of the review. So if we got to the new one in time, then great. But if we didn't, then they'd still want to release the old version.
Previous one.
Yeah.
I think that's the best solution.
And in fact, I don't even know if my solution would work.
Yeah,
if it allows
you
you
the key store twice on 2 different.
That's what I don't know.
Yeah. Interesting experiment.
Yeah, I don't know, because if you put the same package name, it has to have the same package name in Key Store, and it may not let you do that. So if you're able to with a different title but the same package in Key Store, then awesome.
Let us know how that goes.
Yeah, definitely.
Each app has a different signing key, but you could probably reuse the same Key Store certificate for both.
Yeah, but if one's approved, I don't know if it'll let you do another one with the same title.
Keep us updated.
Either way, the same title should always use the same key store regardless. So you don't. Otherwise, the auto updater won't work.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking might not be good.
And then once that version got published, he couldn't pull something like that again, right? Because there would be like.
That's true. Since this is the first. Actually, yeah. Since this is the first time, that wouldn't be a problem. You just have to build whichever one you want.
Yeah, anything after that
would have to be built on this new one, not the original one.
And you couldn't do two different ones. So
it would be doable. I forgot because it's not already published. That's when it becomes a mess.
So email us then if you need help.
Yeah.
Ashley. So it's Bob and Alex. I don't think you could do Bob plus Alex at OUYA.TV.
I don't think that wouldn't even come close. It would probably just email it directly to you with a Alex tag in your inbox.
Yeah, don't do that. Cool, man. I don't know what Tim's doing.
Yeah, I was having some trouble there dragging this up here, but yeah, so I've got my controller. It's a virtual controller, and I've got these sprites set up where for the OUYA Everywhere input, when a button down event happens, it toggles the sprite, and then you can see it, and then when you let go of the button, it hides it again. So like that's how you get the virtual controller thing to happen. And if I just adjust the layering a little bit, okay, now the menu will highlight behind the button. There we go.
What is this for?
This is the last part of that video I did. So I set up these virtual controllers using the inputs from some of the other SDK examples. I took those images and I put it into Unity, and I made a virtual controller example. So you can use your controller to highlight the buttons on this virtual controller.
Can you push more buttons?
Well, when it runs on the OUYA, I can. Right now, this is. But yeah, like. So you push the D-pad, and the D-pad highlights.
Do you have it for the trackpad? That'd be a trip.
Not for the trackpad. I didn't do that because it's a less common case, and not all controllers are going to have that trackpad. So you don't want to. You probably wouldn't want to have your exit game logic linked to the trackpad in case they're using an Xbox 360 controller or something.
Right. Okay, cool. What Ouya games have you guys been playing this last week?
I played a whole bunch.
Super puzzle platformer, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, we did a video on that on YouTube. Ouya Presents.
Rush to Adventure. I've been enjoying that one. Captain Bra, also enjoy it.
Captain Bra. Soccertron is good fun.
Soccertron's quite good, yeah. House of the Loot is interesting. I feel like it could use some more polish, but it's kind of cool. You go in like a haunted house and you're a kid with a slingshot.
You played a lot of Mr. Hamster's math.
I did. I tested my
Your mask.
middle school math knowledge. It was awesome.
I did play. Let me see. I did.
And then Bounce a Ball is cool too. That's from Giant Guy. It sort of starts out like a one-player Pong, but then every fifth time you hit the ball successfully, you can launch a new one, and then it starts gradually adding obstacles, and it sort of turns into like an sideways Arkanoid Pong pinball.
Plinko.
Yeah. No, the Plinko. Chuck-a-Ball is the Plinko one. That's a fun one.
Yeah, I thought
Yes.
Gianka would be amazing for that cross-promotion product thing, but all of his games are free.
Yeah.
Like all 30 of them. So I don't think there's anything you can trigger by like download this game, you get this one. I think it has to be via purchase. But he would be the king of all unlockables.
Yeah.
Not saying you should make your games paid, Gianka, at all, but that's a lot of games.
Ouya Presents.
Yeah, we were talking about that. I think someone else suggested it too on YouTube.
Yeah, I saw it on the comment section for sure. And Tiamat X, so kind of like a fun, makes me think of playing R-Type back in the day.
Oh yeah, R-Type. Yeah, I was with Tim. I played a lot of the Super Puzzle Platformer and Shadow Light.
And Super Pixelo.
Shadow.
But I rage quit a lot of Super Pixelo.
Josh is asking what was the polygon limit again, but I don't know if you remember what that's in reference to.
I mean, yeah, you have a polygon budget of around 50,000 polygons on screen at the same time. But again, it's going to depend on the size and how big they are.
Sure.
And when I do my optimization videos, I'll show a little bit about that stuff.
Cool.
About how you can like turn a bunch off, measure performance, and you'll know whether you can handle more or not.
Well, I think that, I mean, speaking of optimization, that's a great segue into how we optimized our eating this last week.
Yeah.
And what was, the best thing we ate. And then we'll go around the room and pick the winner.
Yeah.
Do you want to play this week, Matt?
No.
I had like a Tim weekend.
Yeah, the Tim weekend. What was the weekend you ate like 3 lobster tails and a bunch of crab bisque and stuff?
That was last weekend.
Where were you last week, dude? You could have just brought it home.
You should just go there every weekend. That's what I would. Once you find that place that gives you 3 lobster tails and bisque, you treat it right.
You want to go first?
Get a coupon card. Sure, I'll go first. All I can think of, I felt like it was a good hearty meal. It wasn't fancy, but it was steel cutouts with 2 fried eggs on top, with like covered in cayenne pepper.
Whoa.
And cumin.
Wow.
Which was very tasty, actually.
Early. That's like for breakfast?
Yeah, it was my breakfast.
It's like a cowboy breakfast. They're going hiking.
Yeah.
Why?
It was
Matt's shaking his head.
No, I'm just like wondering why Alex is like involved with society rather than just living out in the middle of nowhere.
I have been watching a lot of end of the world movies on Netflix recently too. So
I figure Alex is gonna like Ron Swanson it, like in a cabin out in the woods, and just like build furniture and
Not far off.
catch game.
If it's not meat, I won't eat it.
Yeah. Yesterday, I had a belated birthday party because all my family finally got together, and it was actually with my niece.
So it was me and my niece and my cousin all had birthdays around the same time.
Oh,
And we had a hot dog party.
nice.
Sausage fest, if you will. So we had Polish, we had Hebrew National, we had Nathan's, and then some turkey dogs. And you get them all on a plate. And then there was like Chicago-style toppings that you could throw on there.
Okay.
Everything. Whap, whap, whap. Made the Chicago dog.
Mm.
This deep dish pizza on top of a dog.
Oh, man, that'd be so good.
Oh, man.
I'm like getting hungry thinking about it.
No.
Mr. Tim Groutman.
All right. I suppose I made eggs Benedict, so I
Ooh.
I used real eggs, not egg whites this time, and then I put some hollandaise sauce on some eggs with some sausage and some Canadian bacon.
Sausage and Canadian bacon.
That's good. I had all my money on ice cream cake for you.
Not this time.
So you did sausage and Canadian bacon, though, huh?
Well, it's Canadian bacon. No sausage.
Oh, so
okay.
just the Canadian bacon.
But the biscuit, the sausage, just egg McMuffin things underneath the sauce.
That's classic. Classic. Is Casey on?
Hollandaise.
Play? Casey, a second. That's a sweet, hardcore image there.
Yeah.
Metal. Rock and roll. Okay, no word from Casey, which takes us to Mr. Jerry Digger.
Yeah. So actually, I didn't have. There was a lot of quick meals this past week. In fact, actually, even just the last thing I ate right before this started, I literally was pouring a glass of trail mix into my mouth. Because I was up there with your goldfish.
Yes.
But yesterday, I think maybe the best thing I had was again this Vietnamese place that's in town. Picked up for breakfast. They do brunch now, so they do a kind of a soft scrambled egg meat sandwich. So it's like like the nice baguette with like the little slaw and like the Vietnamese mayo, and they do this dark soy sauce kind of soft scramble inside that, which is really good. Then did a tofu banh mi with that, with the slaw and the carrots and the mayo. And that was really good, and washed that down off a gigantic, I think it was like hazelnut latte. So yeah, that was pretty good. The funniest thing I've actually now had recently, just to throw it out there, because you sound crazy when you order it, and it also sounds very bougie, is at Starbucks now, they offer this crazy, I guess it's like an Oprah-sponsored chai tea. So, but again, I like my coffee with my chai. I like my dirty chais. So you go in there and you literally say, I want to order a dirty Oprah, a dirty Oprah chai, and they will make you a dirty Oprah there. I guess some of the money goes to charity, but yeah, it's you sound like an idiot ordering it.
Dirty Oprah. I want to order it. I just cause.
Yeah.
Cone, what about you, man?
Well, I had pizza yesterday.
Nice.
I and my friends watched on my Beamer some movies. So I had pizza Hawaii with pineapple and ham
Oh, classic.
Ooh.
Yeah.
and cheese.
Mm-hmm.
I like replacing my ham with pepperoni.
Pepperoni and pineapple.
Yeah.
That's
I
good.
can see that.
Vegan
That's
pineapple.
actually not a bad idea.
So you
like that.
anything?
I was hiding from the world this weekend, so I kind of bunkered up, and I was eating a lot of
Rations.
yeah,
K rations.
yeah, like making sandwiches and.
You say I'm not fit for society, but look at you.
Oh, it's because society was all over my neighborhood this weekend.
Oh, you're right.
Avoiding
Oh
that.
right, yeah, it was outside land.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna give the win to Tim Groutman for actually eating food.
Yeah. I also did have some trail mix while I watched the wallflowers at the Festival of the River.
Don't need to brag, Tim.
Yeah.
Oh, the wallflowers are around still.
You went to the Wallflowers?
Yeah.
That's awesome. How's Jake Dillon?
It's doing good. Although I for the live music, he messed up the intro. Like, when it's live, they have to talk, and they're like, so he messed up the intro 3 times before he did it. He's like, no, I'm not starting it. No, I'm not gonna start it again. It's like, no, you wrecked the song. This was the song I came for.
Oh, I thought you were saying like he wrecked the intro, like he said like, hello Portland.
Yeah.
San Jose.
Good night, Springton. There will be no encore.
Yes. Actually, I have a question. I have a question for you guys before you shut this down, because I've not seen it yet. What was the overall thoughts on Guardians of the Galaxy?
Oh, it's amazing.
Brad.
I liked it.
I saw it twice.
It gets
I
better.
totally thought the intro could have been like Peter Pan. It could have been a Peter Pan reboot.
Don't spoil the intro,
Yeah.
just in case people haven't seen it.
He wears tights and flies, guys. Spoiler.
What?
I'll watch it a third time, Jared. if you want me to
Superman.
watch it.
Come on down. Take the wrong freeway tomorrow. Come on down.
You could get LA on the one.
Second place, I'm giving Jared, and then I want me in third place for Hot Dog Sausage Fest.
Yeah.
There's a place called Sausage Factory on Castro I want to go to.
That.
It's a sausage restaurant.
There's also
If you want
Show
good
Dog.
if you want good sausages, go to Show Dogs.
Show Dogs is
Show
good
Dog,
also.
okay, I'll go there.
Show Dogs SF. That place is
And we know the-
delicious.
we know the chef.
We know the chef.
Okay. Well, on that note, it's been real. I'm gonna go eat lunch.
Yeah.
Bye, Alex.
Bye, Bob.
Bye, Matt.
Bye, Bob.
Bye, Tim Grauman.
See you
Bye,
guys.
Tim,
Bye, Daisy.
whose brain has now been put inside a controller, and so he just talks through lights that come out of it.
I am Hal. What are you doing, Bob?
I can't do that, Bob.
Bye, Jared.
Bye.
Bye, Cohen.
But
Bye, everybody.